Welcome to My Journey with Paula G, where we juggle this journey called life while walking in the gifts and talents that God has given us. If this is your first time on the journey, welcome and thank you so much for being a part of the journey. If you're returning, it's good to see you back. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. We want to thank our underwriters because without our underwriters, this would not be possible. So we thank them so very much for making this happen, the journey. All right, well, before we get started, you all always know that I begin with a jewel on the journey. And, some people ask me, what is a jewel on the journey? A jewel on the journey is an individual who's been a part of the journey, who's been with us from the beginning, who has supported this journey. So what I have done when we have our live events, I have everyone fill out one of these index cards, and I have them to write on there their favorite scripture, quote, word of encouragement, something of that nature. So I want to share with you today the jewel from Michael Jenkins and what he shares with us. In this diverse and troubled world, my fellow man should look into the mirror and ask himself, what did I do to be part of this life? What did I do to be part of this life? Wow, that's deep. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what have I done to be part of this life? What have I done to contribute to this life? So thank you so much, Brother Jenkins, for that word of encouragement. All right, well, our guest today is no stranger to media. He's a strategist, he's a trainer, he's a speaker, he's a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, he's a husband, father. He is the morale booster. He's here with us today, Mr. John Ugulu. How are you, my brother? Look at you.
I am feeling blessed, Paula. Thank you for asking. And you, how are you?
I am wonderful. I keep waking up every morning, so I just praise God for that.
Absolutely. That's the best gift we have there.
It
Life.
it is. It really is. And in this life we have ups and downs, we have trials, and as of late, this year, at the time of this particular conversation, 2020, we indeed have had some challenges. Share with us a bit how you have managed to navigate and how you have managed to adapt so quickly and adjust.
Well, once again, Paula, thank you so much for bringing me on your platform. It's a very great platform, and I'm always happy to speak to your audience. And right now,
Mhm.
we are going through perilous times.
Yes.
That is agreed.
Mhm.
But I want people who are listening to this program right now to understand that everything in life is a phase.
Mhm.
Whatever we're going through right now is a phase.
Yes.
When you have that mindset, you will be able to overcome. That's the mindset that I have. That's the mindset that has been pushing me because Nietzsche said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yes, we are stronger than who we think we are. And you who's listening to me right now, you are stronger than who you think you are. By the time you realize that out of millions of sperms, only one sperm was chosen to fertilize the ovary, and that sperm was you, you
Mhm.
should know that you've got greatness in you. You are
Yes.
special. So when you think about things like that, you would know you were brought into this world for a purpose. And those are the things that have helped me. Those are the things that have propelled me.
Mhm.
Albert Einstein said, in the middle of any difficulty lies an opportunity. So, you who's listening to me right now, do you see an opportunity in what we're going through? I do. I saw so many opportunities. I knew it was time for me to re strategize. The world was slow or is slow right now for a reason.
Mhm.
It might never be this slow in our generation or the next generation. So it's an opportunity to me to strategize. So I developed myself.
Mhm.
I acquired certifications because the price is dropped. We love when those when those things happen. You know, the
Yes.
prices dropped.
Yeah.
I developed myself, got some certifications. I had the opportunity of working with Les Brown during this period. Les Brown trained me from the beginning to the end, like one on one. So I saw opportunities all the way, and that's what I want people to always capitalize on. There is no point crying over spilled milk, but rather we should be looking for a solution.
I love that. I love that optimism. You know, as you were speaking, it reminds me of Jeremiah 29:11. We often hear Jeremiah 29:11. And I've heard people during this time period, speak to that. Okay, Lord, you said that you have plans for me to prosper, but I'm not prospering in 2020, and they're discouraged and they're looking at the negative. But, I think oftentimes we forget verses 1 through 10. In the midst of captivity, the people were charged to continue to move forward, to continue to grow, continue to build their homes and have their families, because verse 11 was on the threshold. Verse
Right.
11 was coming. So I think it's so powerful what you just shared about we cannot cry over spilt milk. Granted, we have so many people that are ill and so many people that have lost their lives, and our prayers go up for them and their families and so forth. Those of us who wake up every morning, in our right mind and in our right our body, I think are challenged and are charged to do exactly what it is that you have just shared with us as well. You spoke about Les Brown. Tell us a little bit more about Les Brown and the importance of mentorship.
All right. Les Brown is one of the world's greatest motivational speaker. Les Brown is my speaking mentor. Les Brown is a leader, a global influencer, and having the opportunity to work with him, having the opportunity to have him mentor me, that's a blessing in disguise. Just like what you said previously, a lot of people have lost loved ones.
Mhm.
A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of businesses have closed up. And my heart truly goes out to everybody who has lost a loved one. But I want to remind everybody, just like what my mentor always says, those people who have transitioned are in a better place.
Mm.
They feel no pain. They don't need to hustle. They don't need to worry about the traffic. They're in a better place. So all you need to do, if you're listening to me right now and you have lost a loved one, is to do anything possible to immortalize their names. And that is what Les Brown has taught me. That our voices are needed more than ever before. He's a great man.
Yes.
He put together a group of speakers. He empowered us so that we can empower people. I am here today speaking to your audience because I have learned so much from Les Brown. And the legacy I want to leave is being able to live a life, live full in life and die empty, to empower people. So Les Brown has inculcated that in me. He's a great man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You shared with us a bit of your journey, and I just I love your perspective, and I love how you just share. You're very thoughtful in your speaking. You're very thoughtful, and just they call me Lady Wisdom, but the wisdom is just pouring out from my brother John Oguglu on this particular episode, because what you speak is so very true, and it's what we need to hear. And for me, it is a sign of leadership. It's one of the qualities of leadership. Share with us your perspectives on leadership and what good leadership should look like and sound like.
Right. I love that. Now, as a leader, your job is to empower people. As a leader, you should work with the basic principles of leadership. Empathy is paramount.
Yes.
The job of a leader is to empower people, to unleash your potentials and the potentials of those people whom you are leading.
Mm.
When you discover your leadership potentials, you should strive towards helping other people rise to leadership. But as a leader, you should also be someone who has already served.
Oh,
Because
that's a
if,
good one. That's a good
yes,
one. That so a leader is someone who should have already served.
yes,
Okay.
because you need to understand what serving others looks like. That's where servant leadership comes in. So if you do not have somebody who has mentored you in the past, it will be difficult. So you must go through the route of having knowledge of service before you can lead. Otherwise, you're just going to be that person who lacks empathy. Otherwise, those people who do not fall into the category of
Mhm.
the humans that you understand, you're just going to segregate.
Yes.
So servant leadership is paramount. You must be able to serve, you must have served, and you must put other people's interests at heart. So a leader is one who unleashes the potentials of other leaders and other people.
Mm. It reminds me of a friend I recently had a conversation with where he's an actor. He's been doing quite a bit of acting. And he said, I love acting, but I really want to produce. And, someone in the room asked him, he said, well, if you want to be a producer, why are you acting? And he said, because in order to be a good producer, a good leader, you've got to know, you have to understand those that you're leading or those that you're
Right,
directing and so forth.
right.
So, I think that is just such a powerful nugget of wisdom. So you've shared with us, your perspective on we've got to keep moving. We can't, cry over spilt milk. God gives us these gifts and talents, and we've got to, move forward each and every day using those gifts and talents. Of the importance of mentorship and how important a mentor is and what a mentor pours into you, and leadership as well. So you've shared with us a bit of what it takes to have a successful career, entrepreneurship, and the type of mindset. But also, you have the mindset, I'm going to say, of a trillionaire. Share with us your philosophy on billionaires, millionaires, and witnesses.
Right. I love that. You know, Les Brown would say, after this pandemic,
Mhm.
there will be millionaires, there will be billionaires, and there will be witnesses.
Yes.
And those are basic principles. That is why Albert Einstein said, in the middle of every difficulty
Mhm.
lies an opportunity.
Yes.
So if you see opportunities and you harness those opportunities,
Mhm.
then you could end up becoming the millionaire or the billionaire or the
Right.
billionaire, right? But
Yes.
if you see only problems, only challenges, and you keep complaining,
Mhm.
you would end up becoming a witness.
Mhm.
That's why they say if you do what is easy, your life will be hard.
Yes.
And if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. So if you do what is easy by complaining,
Mhm.
you're just going to be a witness while people are developing themselves, while people are networking. Others
Mhm.
are going for business deals because right now the world is slow for a reason.
Yes.
Certain transactions that were not possible before the pandemic,
Mhm.
probably because the person who you were meant to discuss with was so busy. Right now, they are not so busy.
Yes.
So, this is the time you should take advantage of those things that were difficult prior to the pandemic.
Yes.
So, that is where strategy comes in. So, a
Yes.
man without a strategy or a woman without a strategy
Mhm.
would end up becoming a witness. But that person with $1 million strategy prior to the pandemic, if they push now at this stage, they would hit their goals.
Yes.
That person with a strategy of billions prior to the pandemic, if they push now, they would hit their goals. So that's it. It has to do with the mindset.
Yes. But your strategy is trillions.
That's it. That's it. If I am talking to somebody
Mhm.
right now and I cannot see, I cannot envision
Yes.
that particular thing
Mhm.
transcribing or translating into trillions, I wouldn't even do that because it takes the same energy to think small and the same energy to think big.
Wow.
It takes the same effort. And that's
Yes.
why Richard Branson said, if your dreams don't scare you, then
Mhm.
they're too
They're not big.
small.
Yeah, they're not large enough. Share with us a bit about your consulting group, what it is that you offer and how you can help individuals.
All right. So typically, what we do is we do coaching
Hmm.
and speaking. So our job is to motivate people, speak to teams, organizations, letting them understand the importance of utilizing the 4L principle that was taught by Stephen Covey, the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I love to teach that 4L principle, which is to live, to love, to learn, and to leave a legacy.
Mm.
You know, so we teach people how to step into their greatness, and we teach people how to prioritize and stay focused on their dreams.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
you also are the founder of the John Ugulu Foundation. Share with us about that.
All right. So my dad transitioned. He passed when I was in high school,
Mm.
and I was one of those kids who was supposed to be a statistic. You know, they say when a woman is raising boys, there is a
Yes.
possibility that those boys might turn out
Hmm.
not too okay.
Yes.
Yes. But I defied all odds because my mom was the dad, she was my mom, she was my uncle, and everything. And she instilled in us foundational values
Yeah.
that helped us realign anytime we derailed,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So, and I realized that I also had friends who didn't have the same foundational values that I had.
Mm.
And when they derailed, they never realigned
Right.
with the right way of life. So for that reason, I thought I thought of it as an opportunity for me to reach out to boys like that,
Hmm.
to reach out to children without that particular foundational value that would help them come back to reality.
Yeah.
So we set up the nonprofit organization for children between the ages of 8 to 22, that's children and young adults, to help them understand the importance of education, to help them understand the importance of mentorship and coaching, because schools don't teach most of these things.
Yes.
Schools only teach us to become employees. Schools only teach us to become successful, but they don't teach us to become great.
Yes.
So I have taken it upon myself to work on children who do not have those core values and help them understand that education is a great backup plan. But education would not, or rather, your school will not take you to your greatness.
Mm.
So we love to teach them the difference between success and
Yes.
greatness.
Yes. That is that is wonderful. I mean, you need to acquire another name, Brother Wisdom. Brother Wisdom, because you have shared so much with us on this episode. We thank you so much. And can you share with the audience how they can stay connected, your social media and your website and so forth?
Right. They can reach me via my website, which is johnugulu.com. It's JOHNUGHULU.com. Or I typically ask people to search me using my hashtag. You can put my hashtag on any search engine. It's going to be hashtag TMBJU. TMBJU. I am on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Search for my name, John Ugulu. Ugulu is UGHULU.
My brother, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure, and we just pray and wish you all the best. And we're just excited to see what the future has in store for you. And
Thank you
ladies
so much.
and ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to see what the future has in store for you as well. I know you've gathered some nuggets of wisdom from this episode of My Journey with Paula G. And remember, the greatest conversation that you will ever have is the one that takes place in between your ears. What are you speaking to yourself? Is God a part of that conversation? And are you listening to his still small voice? Thank you so much to our underwriter.